Number 134, Grimer. Grimer! D-Price, the pizza guy is coming. Grimer, Grimace, from McDonald's. Grimer suffers from tight more than anything else. I guess there's something cool about a pile of sludge coming out another pile of sludge, which I suppose that's all Grimer is. Actually, now that I think about it, he reminds me of those monsters from Word Rescue, if you ever played that. I'm really dating myself now, but the computer game's Word Rescue, you know, this guy, the purple one in this picture. And I hated those monsters. They were the worst. You had to slime them to advance past them, and you always ran out of slime, and there was one left, and they just very slowly, you know, crawled over to you, and it was the worst. I did kind of like that red one though. Let's take a look at him again. It was cool. I don't know why. It reminded me of like a Goomba kind of. Grimer also reminds me of Barney, so that garners him some negative points. But fortunately, he was easily killed by Psychic, which again was the most common and powerful type of the game by far, at least back in those days. And Ground also killed him pretty easily too, so he couldn't use poison gas or sludge or whatever the smog, whatever crappy poison move he was planning on using, he couldn't use it, and we all breathed a sigh of fresh air. Or something like that. Number 133, ODDISH. ODDISH! Oh, it's tough to do with a sore throat, I'm sorry. Hey, you trying to get in this club? 'Cause that'll be 20 bucks. ODDISH, Adam Lambert. You only have to take one look at ODDISH to see why it's this low on the list. Even if it wasn't already useless, its appearance, a cross between a Smurf and a troll, simply doesn't get the job done. It does learn cut and flash though, so I suppose as an HM slave, it's passable. But, like most grass types, it's really annoying. I also always kind of hated this line of evolutions growing up, and it's probably just because I had blue and never really got a chance to pick up ODDISH, but I always saw them when I battled, you know, these horrible trainers. And it's just, seeing ODDISH use Absorb is just something I don't want to see ever again. Fortunately, I traded to Rattata or something equally pathetic for this oddball, and let me tell ya, it was not worth it. Number 132, MAGNEMITE. MAGNEMITE. Error processing data. I am a computer and I'm useless. MAGNEMITE, someone with one eye or just a complete weirdo. So Lady Gaga. I really wanted to put Pikachu here because it's the most annoying type in any game, really. Although Emolga is certainly making a case for it lately, in the past couple months. It's been probably about a year, but since I've been playing Pokemon White, Emolga's really annoying. But since we're only talking red, blue, and yellow here, screw Emolga. Not literally because it's a rat and probably has rabies, but you know what I mean. Anyways, back to the list. MAGNEMITE, not Pikachu, wins the award for Worst Electric Type, because in the first generation of games, MAGNEMITE is solely an Electric type. In later games, it also becomes a Steel type, which gives it some absurdly high defenses. But since we're just doing it as if it's the original 151 Pokemon, and we only have Red, Blue, Yellow, Snap, Hey You Pikachu, and Pokemon Stadium, MAGNEMITE is only an Electric type and is barely useless. MAGNEMITE also loses coolness points because its evolved form is just 3 of them put together, but I mean, we'll complain about that when we get to Magneton. It's slow, whereas Electrics usually pride themselves on being fast and able to get off the first attack. MAGNEMITE also has Thunder Wave, which is awesome when it's on your team and annoying as all get up when it's not on your team. And since you won't be using MAGNEMITE, you guessed it, it's annoying. Number 131, Lickitung. Lickitung, Maria Kanellis. Alright, I'm gonna be honest, the only reason Lickitung is this high is kinda because I forgot about it, but also because I really like the Pokemon Stadium game where you play as Lickitungs eating sushi. When you eat the wasabi, you run around flailing and you turn all green. If you've ever eaten wasabi, you know it is some of the most intense stuff ever. It really clears out the sinuses. Highly recommend that if you have a cold. Anyway, Lickitung is slow, dumb, and has a really long tongue. And those are its main specialties. If I want a slow, dumb Pokemon, I'll pick up Slowbro because at least that learns cool attacks and useful and, you know, actually has good stats. Here are some fun facts about Lickitung other than its ability to be completely terrible in battle. And these facts come from Bulbapedia, so thanks Bulbapedia! Its original name was Tongue-Tied, and yes, that's the correct spelling. And despite having an obviously long tongue that licks everything in sight, I mean, look at this tongue. It's like 3/4 of its body is made out of tongue. I didn't even know the move Lick until the second generation of games, so in the first generation you can't use Lick. I mean, granted, Lick is awful, but still, way to drop the ball on that one, Game Freak. And then LICKITUNG will probably lick that ball, because thinks it's a jawbreaker.